There are 14 weapons in Monster Hunter, plus a whole collection of cat skills. But if you're looking at some of the swords and you're all like, oh, some of them swords look pretty nice. Which one do I pick? And to that I say, why would you pick one sword when you can pick two? Alright, so when it comes to video game battles, I like my Monster Hunter weapons how I like my Splatoon weapons. 2 of them! And when it comes to the dual blades in Monster Hunter, I'm pretty much an expert. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Boom! 756 quests with dual blades. Monster Hunter Generations. Boom! 102 more quests after wasting my time with that stupid ass charge blade. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Boom! 1 quest. Okay, so I haven't really used the dual blades that much in Gen Ultimate. I really wanted to learn a new weapon this time around, alright? So I've been mostly using the hammer because... And I've been using the Switch Axe because the game's on the Switch. And let me tell you, it's been going super well.
A few moments later.
No, 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 no!
But for one quest, I did quickly switch back to the dual blades, because at the time, I only had a good hammer, and trying to hit Nakarkos' heads with a hammer is a huge pain in the dick. And during that one quest, I could see that they're still the best weapons in the game, super OP, basically the Smash 4 Bayonetta of Monster Hunter, as long as you know how to use them.
I swore that I would never use my sword again. What has happened here has changed all that.
And you actually have to try in this game. This isn't a baby game for babies, also known as Monster Hunter World! A monster doesn't have to be named Behemoth to actually provide some semblance of challenge in this one. But enough dicking around. Here's the great conceit to dual blades. You got all these moves with them. You got this one, this one, this one, even this one. But you don't need any of that crap. You actually only need like 2 of the moves if you follow my definitely patented Captain Astronaut, never fail, just do what I say, stop complaining Kyle, Adept style, vaginal rush, whooshy whooshy, dual blades flowchart. Okay, so before you start whipping out your double dicks, you gotta pick a hunting style, and I recommend picking Adept. Now, most people you see online with dual blades pick aerial style, and I think that's mostly because enemy! However, with most weapons that don't have a shield, I pick Adept. I know aerial's really fucking good with these, but I personally find having to constantly jump on the monster over and over a little bit repetitive. So here we go, step 1. Actually before that, step 0. Switch your L and R with your ZL and ZR. You can go into the options menu and switch the functionality of the bumpers and the triggers without interfering with the rest of the controls. This way, you're running and activating Demon Mode with ZR and activating Chat with R, and you're activating Lock On with L and actually locking on with ZL. Which you'd think would be the default. Seriously, who are these little-fingered game designers that prefer hitting the bumpers over the triggers? Why is this the default in so many games? Step 1, for real this time. Approach the monster. Dual blades aren't super long because if you were smart enough to pick the best weapon, you clearly don't have anything you need to overcompensate for, if you know what I mean. Unlike those great sword and long sword users over there. So in order to attack, you gotta get in close, for which you have a couple of options. Sprinting up to the monster and using the dash attack generally works best. And the good thing about Adept style is that you're MLG pro like me, or you can just locate the B button. Then you can twirl through a monster's attack by rolling right before you get hit, then use the Adept dash to run back towards the monster. If you're within range, at the end of your dodge, you can press X to do a quick counterattack that also covers a lot of space. There are a variety of places to attack a monster, but I found the best location to stand where you can both do a lot of damage, not hit your teammates, and leaves you relatively safe from a monster's most powerful attacks, is right underneath the monster's crotch. The worst it can really do while you're there is just knock you over when it runs forward, which really isn't that bad. If a monster is too low to the ground for you to get all up in there, then, I don't know, attack its back leg to eventually make it trip, or attack its tail whenever you have the chance to cut it off for those sweet, sweet tail carves, and god damn it every time! Step 2. Activate Demon Mode. Once you're all up in the monster's cooter, you can channel your inner anime fan on prom night to activate Demon Mode by pressing the right trigger and not the right button. No, I'm still not over this. In fact, to be fair, I've gathered all the sociopaths who prefer using bumpers over triggers for a super serious debate on this issue, and here they all are. Oh yeah, that's right, they don't exist! Come on, game designers, why is this still a thing? When you're in demon mode, your attacks are a little bit more powerful, and more importantly, they fill up your demon gauge, which is a thing that you always want filled. You can even switch the order of steps 1 and 2 if the situation allows for it, in a couple of ways. By activating demon mode first, when farther away, then pressing A, then X to go off whoosh 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 to get in close. Or, by activating demon mode, you unlock this little shimmy by pressing B, so you can use your little to get in close. Or you could always just activate demon mode and walk up to him. You can also draw directly in demon mode by pressing R trigger, X, and A at the same time. One thing to keep in mind is that your stamina slowly drains after activating demon mode. The best way to mitigate that, especially when you're charging up your initial demon gauge, is to use dash juice, which you can make by combining rare steak and catalyst, or mega dash juice, which you can make by combining well done steak and dash extract. For easier quests, you're not going to really need it, but for more difficult quests, you're definitely going to want to drink some dash juice. Going into a tough or long quest without dash juice is possible, but not recommended. It's like skydiving without Red Bull, or going down on someone without your snorkel gear. Like, what are you doing, man? But speaking of going down, step 3. Fill up the demon gauge using the X and A move on the monster's muff, also known as the Devil's Dance. Once you get up close to a monster and it starts to smell like a fish market, it's time to unleash the Devil's Dance upon their pushing cushion. I mean, really any attack works as long as demon mode is activated, but after almost 1,000 quests with dual blades, I find that spamming the Devil's Dance charges it the fastest. It takes about 3 or 4 Devil's Dances to fully charge it up, which you might not have enough time to fill up in a single go-around. So, when a monster starts to turn its gaze upon you like it's about to attack, it's time for you to stop attacking its dick dungeon, sheath your weapon, and get the fuck out of there! Until you can find another opportunity to repeat steps 1 to 3. This is also where using Adept style can really come in handy. The downside of the Devil's Dance is that you can't cancel it early, you're locked in as soon as you hit X and A. So if your dance on its Lawrence of Arabia ends, and you're about to get hit by a monster's attack, you can press B to Adept out of there and not take any damage, then reverse dash back in there to keep doing more damage to the bone zone.
We killing them for freedom cause they tortured us for boredom. And even if some good was not, fuck it, the Lord will sort them.
Step 3A. Extend the Devil's Dance if you have time. If you think you're going to have extra time to swim in the Twatlantic Ocean and do the Devil's Dance for a bit longer, then there's one way to slightly extend the dance. When in Demon mode, if you only press A, you'll do 2
Whoopie-doo-scoop.
After the first,
Scoop-dee-dee-whoop.
but before the second, you can cancel it early and go straight into another full Devil's Dance by pressing X and A and just devour that muffin.
Whoop-dee-scoop-dee-poop. Poop-dee-scoop-dee, scoop-dee-whoop.
Step 4. Once Demon mode is filled up, stay in Archdemon mode. The past 3 steps should take all of about 10 seconds. Once you fill up the demon gauge, you're in Archdemon mode, which means you'll get the buffs and some cool new moves without having to reactivate demon mode. However, since your demon gauge will deplete over time once it's full, you'll basically want to repeat steps 1 to 3 to keep your demon gauge from fully depleting. Step 5.
This is where the fun begins.
When in Archdemon mode, you unlock a new technique that I think is referred to as the Hurricane Slash by pressing X and A that closes a lot of distance without using any stamina, so you can use that to get to the monsters with JJ. And for the rest of the hunt, you're going to be doing the past 4 steps but faster. Either sprint using X and A to get to the monster's cooch, activate demon mode, use Devil's Dance with extra
Boopy-doo-scoop.
if you have enough time, then run away or Adept out of there as soon as the monster starts to move.
We out of order, your honor, you out of order. This whole court is unimportant, you fuckers are walking corpses.
Step 6. Wolf's Maw. So with Adept style, you can only choose one hunter art. So you have this stupid move, this ridiculous move, or the only one that's actually worth using, Wolf's Maw.
My blade is unbending!
It doubles the amount of hits you do, so instead of swinging 2 swords, it's almost like you're swinging 4. I'm not sure how accurate that actually is, but I'm a huge fan of 4 swords, so I do not actually care. It takes a while to charge up, and in some hunts you might kill the monster before you fully charge it up, but dual blades are so good that you don't even need to rely on BS hunter arts to win in the first place.
I summon Saber-Tooth Tiger Power!
Wolf's Maw is great for breaking parts, cutting off tails, or just doing fuck tons of damage and looking incredible while doing it.
Sex Panther powers activate! I'm fully erect!
But it really does take a long time to charge up, so on a lot of monsters it'll be more of a finisher than anything else.
Alright, Tigerzord power up! White Ranger Let's do it!
When in doubt, whip it out!
It also has to complete the full animation after triggering it to fully take effect, like an elderly boner. So make sure that you either use it from a safe spot, or if a monster flees, activate it right before you're about to enter the next area to re-engage it. So just to recap everything, get to the monster, demon mode, X and A, fill the gauge. Then it's X and A, demon mode, X and A again, and then Wolf's Maw. I don't know, man, there are so many abilities in this game, and the game does such a bad job of actually explaining what they all do, but if I had to highlight a handful, here are some that I'd go with. Also, remember you need 10 points in an ability to get any effect at all, 9 points or less and you get no buff, but -9 or less and you get no negative effect, so there's that. Here we go, Focus to charge up demon mode faster, Constitution, Stamina, and Stamina Recovery to improve stamina efficiency in various ways. Earplugs is always good to have, however if you use Adept style you can just Adept through roars instead, and then use the Adept dash to get close to the monster's snatch. Handicraft to increase sharpness, Sharpness to lower rate of less sharpness. Sheathing with increases sheathing speed, and you'll be sheathing your weapon a lot in order to use items and heal, although dual blades do sheath the weapon pretty quickly by default. Tenderizer, Chain Crit, Critical Up, Critical Eye, and Gloves Off are all abilities that benefit you? How, you ask? Well, allow me to explain. This concludes the video. I hope everyone tries the dual blades out a little bit. Feel free to comment down below if you use dual blades and have some tips. They're not as weeby as Longsword, but admittedly are still pretty weeby.